All right, folks, I have the honor of having a great guest with us now. Great news that just broke from his new show that just finished up season 1. We have John C. McGinley with us. He's going to talk about the fact that their show, Ground Floor, just got renewed for season 2. Congratulations, John, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I tell you what, loving the show, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I know you tweeted how excited you are about it, and share with our fans and our readers a little bit about what you just love about this show.
Well, it's pretty thrilling to be around all this young, unbelievably nimble and gifted energy that is the ensemble of Ground Floor. The ensemble started to coalesce about 5 episodes into the 10 episodes of the first season. And it just felt like the writers got on the same frequency as the actors, and the characters started to realize some incredible depth. And we were playing notes by the end of the show that of glib, sardonic, wry, and just deadly sarcastic. And those are the kind of notes that we got to play on Scrubs. And sometimes when you're either lucky enough to be with great writers like the Bill Lawrences and the Albert Brooks of the world, you get to hit the ball around and play those notes as an actor, and it's very rare, and it's a gift that's not lost on any of the ensemble. And everybody really started to get on the same frequency and play those notes pretty effortlessly by halfway through the season, and it just felt astonishingly energizing, and it just felt like a real gift to be with that group.
I tell you what, it's going to be music to their ears. I know when we spoke with James Earl, we did an interview with him, and he was praising your mentorship and, Bill pulling everybody together, trying to, build that chemistry early on, and like you said, the first half of the season versus the second half of the season. And I think the press release even talks about, they just see so much upside with this show, and that sounds like exactly how you feel.
Well, it's the best reviewed show TBS has ever had, and while one's reluctant to read one's clippings and believe them, it sure felt good and a real stamp of validation to have a lot of you guys kind of pulling for us. And then the show started to build, which is really hard and unusual on a crowded landscape like primetime TV is right now. For the show to have grown as the season progressed was astonishing and felt really good, and it just teased the second season for us. And so I think everybody's going to come back to work in July or August or whenever we are going back to work. I haven't been told yet. And I think everybody will have their game face on and just bring in their A game.
It's very exciting for TBS, and somebody that's a supporter of the channel and their shows. It was great news today to hear that. And John, you have such a great legacy with a show like Scrubs. I mean, do you still have people coming up to you quoting insults to JD, or what is the one thing you can't seem to escape from this amazing show?
Yeah, on the Twitter, that's what people want me to do for them the most on their birthdays.
Insult them.
Hit them back and address them in a girl's name, which is fine with me. It's all pretty innocuous, and if the show had any traction and the legacy makes people smile, then that makes me really happy.
It really is a really fun show, and a great tribute to you guys and the whole creative staff of that show, that just how well it just lives on in syndication and reaching another generation of folks that are still discovering it day to day. And before I let you go, and I just want to touch on, because you have something very close to your heart, and I've been working with special needs kids dating back to high school when I work with Special Olympics and that kind of thing. I know you're part of the...
that makes me really happy.
Oh, yeah, you're part of the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. I just want to give you a chance to plug that real quick and tell people how they can find out more of that, because I think it's just such an amazing cause that we all have to kind of do our part in. And I know you're part of that. I've read press on that, and I just wanted to give you a chance to speak on that.
Well, for families, for any of your listeners who find themselves blessed with a child with special needs, especially if their 21st chromosome tripled and they have Down syndrome, a great resource online to go to just to help you get your bearings and find out some really fundamental information about what's going on with your baby, and some positive steps you can take to provide for them in a health way, is the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, which is located in Denver. And if you Google Global Down Syndrome Foundation, that'll be a tremendous resource for any of your listeners who are just walking around in a daze wondering who, what, and where they're supposed to do with this new package they just received.
We'll definitely link to that.
For people who are not blessed with a child with special needs, but find themselves using the word retard and retarded. There's a great campaign that the Special Olympic is behind called Spread the Word to End the Word. And it happened, it's a yearly viral campaign that we started 6 years ago. And it was created by the special needs athletes, World Winter Games in Boise, Idaho. And they just came up with a campaign that suggested that they didn't necessarily like the word retard and retarded and the negative stigma that it perpetuates. And so they created this campaign, and it can be found at ourword.org. And it's a viral campaign to try to create an awareness and compassion and maybe sprinkle some love in your language instead of disparaging people who never did anything wrong to anybody, and by using the words retard and retarded, even in the most casual way.
I tell you what, we're going to link to that. We're going to link to all that, folks, in case something that you're not familiar with or you know someone that needs to get this information. We'll have that there, and it is definitely a great, great group. I know John's worked with them for many, many years, and we followed them as well. Been to one of their events that happened to be while I was vacationing, and it was a great opportunity. John, I thank you again for fitting us in. Ground Floor Season 2. Looking forward to it, and like I said, just be safe. Enjoy your time with your family. God bless you, my friend.
Thanks, Brandon. All the best.
Thank you for fitting us in. Bye-bye.